down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome to Down in the Den After Dark. It's your boy Mars. I'm with my man BJ and King Petty. We are back and we are so happy to have you join us on today's episode. So fellas, introduce yourself and we're going to get right into it.
All right, I'll go first. Well, this is the King Petty. John representing the Bay, but I'm living in Kent, Washington. Just representing for Down in the Den After Dark. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. BJ, it's on you.
What's going on, world? DJ here. Hampton VJ. Follow me on Facebook behind, Instagram, DJ behind 757.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first of all, before we get into the topic for the day, what's going on, man? Anything new in everybody's life? What's cracking?
Too much.
Pretty much the same with me. Just working.
Work, sports, and trying to get a place.
Just working. Living the dream.
And y'all cash out my man John. We're gonna have to order this man a PS5 because me and BJ are PS5'd up, and we want my man John to get one. We want to give him a team. We need to.
Bro, I've been looking. Yeah. I've been online for the last 2.5-3 weeks. Bro, I'll be up to 3 a.m.
I told you, man. Follow the Twitter. Follows the PS5.
Oh no, I did that.
We'll speak offline because I don't want to give none of our viewers any tips and keep it. We'll speak offline, but definitely they can be found, man. But first off, before we begin on today's episode, I want to send a shout out to Giannis. I'm gonna mispronounce your name, Antetokounmpo.
Just say the Greek freak.
As Drew said, I'm not. Oh, and shout out to Drew who's out here today's episode. I'm not calling a grown man a Greek freak. I'm not gonna do that. But
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There you go, man. Shout out to a very impressive playoff run. He did it without a team of monsters like we've been seeing over the last 5, 6, 7 years. So, or maybe longer than that. Since Boston, really, if you think about it, every team that's won for the most part has been some type of super team, except for, of course, my 2009 and 2010 Los Angeles Lakers, who simply did it with Kobe and Gasol, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, congratulations to Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks, first time in 50 years. So we give you guys a round of applause. My Lakers will be back to spank that ass next year. But congratulations. Did you guys see the finals? I know we had done picks, and I think most of us had picked the Suns, especially after they went up 2-0. I really thought it was CP3's time, but I guess not. And unless he puts on that purple and gold, I don't think it's going to happen for him. Did you guys see the finals, and what did you guys think?
Giannis. A beast. 40 points. What was it, 40 points every game? 30 to 40 points every game, except the last game he scored 50.
Close. I know he averaged up there. It was up there. Chris Middleton helped a couple of games as well, and even
so did Drew Holiday. But it was just that was the Giannis show. That was the Giannis show.
Is he the most dominant player in the NBA since Shaq? Shaq said he's more dominant. I don't know if y'all saw that recent interview, but Shaq said he's more dominant.
He's Shaq with a shot and a Euro step.
He doesn't even have a shot, though.
Well, kind of, but I mean, I can't say he's the most dominant force for Shaq. I can't say that.
BJ, what say you?
I'm not gonna say he's the most dominant since Shaq because you had other players dominate the NBA Finals. within years prior.
Not just the finals, because I still think 2016 LeBron and 2018
That
LeBron, that's a hell
that's
of a
what I was about
stat
to get
line.
at.
It's a hell of a stat line that he had there. But I'm just talking about
Mm-hmm.
overall, like most dominant player in the league, like most unstoppable player, especially in the paint.
Now,
Oh, it is
now
Giannis.
you now if you're going by the numbers, if you're going by the numbers, I'm gonna say yeah, he is. If you're going by the numbers, because every year, Giannis his PER there. Once he get in that paint, that's a wrap. All he got to do is die. Once he develop that, it's off. He's taking off from there. But I like what he did because people are gonna sit there and Brooklyn was hurt and Philly was hurt. They're gonna try to take away what he's done, but when the game mattered, 50 points, 2 blocks, 17 to 19 from the free throw line, he was clutch.
That's the most impressive stat to me by
The free
far.
throw.
The free throws that he made them when they count, and
Yep.
that's something he shared with Shaq. Shaq would shoot 40%, but when they count, he'd give you 70, 80%, which makes me
Yeah.
wonder why the hell you can't do that the whole time. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't get that. I've always been shocked because I haven't touched a basketball in probably 2 years, but I know right now, I could probably make 9 or 10 free throws at least. And I haven't touched a basketball in 2 years, so I'm like, dude, what the hell? Now I may not be able to do anything. I wouldn't dare try to play a game of basketball right now without about 2 months of conditioning. But at least I'm 40, folks. It's not happening. I have a 1 inch vertical now. It's not happening.
I ain't getting off my toes.
Oh no, call me Andre Miller. I'm not jumping for anything. Now, with the Bucks winning this year, which I I don't know why they really weren't considered a serious contender. They've had the best record, probably 2 of the last 3 years overall in the league. But everybody saw the Lakers, Brooklyn, and Clippers as the forerunners, especially at the point earlier in the seasons when it seemed like Clipper had every washed All Star in history on the roster when they had LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake and everybody else.
Milwaukee was definitely a contender, but ain't nobody see them winning the championship because of Giannis' game. And Middleton is so inconsistent. So they, like I said, Milwaukee they was always a contender. That's no question. But when you got Brooklyn sitting up there, just looking at it on paper, you got Brooklyn sitting there, and you got Philly sitting there, and you like, oh damn, I can look at these teams. I can't hit Milwaukee,
And Brooklyn,
but
a healthy Brooklyn, I would probably put all three of those teams over Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I can't see Milwaukee repeating unless they get
Oh, hell to
extremely
no.
extremely lucky again. It might be another 50 years before they win again, and I
Everybody
wouldn't
will be at 100% next season. This is
hopefully.
going back to regular schedule. Only person
So,
that won't be around is Kawhi.
well, he I don't think he's because I don't think he has a full ACL tear, an ACL
Yeah, but
tear.
he had surgery on.
Yeah,
So
surgery.
he's
So
it was
he'll be out to
partial.
All Star break. He'll be out to All Star break at least.
oh yeah, I could see that. And Kawhi doesn't play with injuries. He takes everything extra cautious. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back until the playoffs. With that being said, this is probably my second favorite time of the season, playoffs, and then the off season, because I love the moves and see
Mm-hmm.
who's going to make what type of move. And there's been a lot of rumors going on. Obviously, Chris Paul, he can opt out. I don't know why he would, because I don't foresee him getting $44 million anywhere else at that age. We have a lot of Kyle Lowry, is a free agent. We know Kawhi can opt out to be a free agent, and we have several unrestricted free agents. What moves do you guys foresee, and what moves do you want to see or would love to see happen?
I would love to see Kyle Kuzma be gone out off the Lakers. I
That's
would
going
love
to
to see
happen.
Zach. I would love to see Zach LaVine on the Lakers.
Let me tell you, I know it doesn't necessarily translate into reality, but I put on 2K21 on Xbox One before I got the Series X and PS5. When the game first came out, Kyle Kuzma was ranked a little bit higher than he dropped as the season went on. And I was able to trade him and a pick in KCP for Zach LaVine on my game. And we were so dominant, the Lakers. It was so unnaturally. Now, of course, 2K and BJ, you can attest because I see you on the PS5 playing 2K21 all the time. You can attest they made AD something dangerous on 2K. He's like, especially if you use him in the paint.
Yeah, they did.
He's ridiculous. I'm like, he doesn't play like this in real life. He's always like creeping around the 3-point line in real life. But I'd play him as a straight 5 because I don't think there's a 5 in the league as skilled as him. Probably the closest is Jokic and Embiid. But just overall, with his ability to stretch and make plays, with Zach LaVine, someone that's a dependent, confident 25 point per game scorer, that would be nasty.
Oh yeah,
that would be.
I did something similar like that on 2K20 that last season. I was playing with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I believe I was on year 3, and Chris Middleton, just like in real life, he's inconsistent, and I got hurt with Giannis, and I had to miss some games, so I had to rely on Chris Middleton. I know I lost I lost 6 games straight. I said, you know what?
I restarted my whole season.
I went on a trade.
Man,
I kept going. I kept going with. No, I didn't start it over. I kept going with the season. I was like, let me look at some trades and stuff. And the Bulls. No, I offered the Bulls Eric Bledsoe and Chris Middleton for Zach LaVine, and they took it. And then they took it, so I had Zach LaVine on the team. Giannis was still hurt. I had Zach LaVine on my team, and I was like, okay, I don't need to find an all-star point guard. I need to find,
a serviceable point guard
with defense. And Drew Holiday, miraculously, he was on the list. This is before the real Drew Holiday joined the team.
Right.
Drew Holiday was up there. I said, okay, let me get him. Man, I went slam off. And then when Giannis came back, it was a wrap. I said, this damn Zach LaVine, boy.
Look, on the game,
dude,
and I've played 2K since Iverson was on the cover, since it was on Sega Dreamcast, and I'm dating myself, which is funny. I thought coming from NBA Live, when I first saw the original graphics of the first 2K, I was like, holy shit, this looks like a real. Now you look at those graphics and it's laughable. but back then, I was like, I can't even tell this from a real game. This is crazy.
Because remember when they first started moving they mouths and everything on 2K on the first one? It was like, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, that started being real like that.
Absolutely. Here come Drew, the short man.
I didn't get into the 2K thing. Until 2011.
Yeah, hold on, BJ. Let the short man introduce himself.
Hold up.
I didn't hear a word he said, but welcome everybody to the den. Our man, the short man, he's joining us.
What it do, man? Y'all know who it is. Let me show y'all this new fit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always white t-shirt out, but let me show y'all this new shit that I got going on. Hold up. Let me show y'all these pants that I got, man. Can y'all see them? These Miami Vices.
Yeah,
I'm so weak at that, bro. I'm so weak at that.
Yeah.
We see your Philip Michael Thomas ass.
Hugs. You look like you about to have Phil Collins in the background. I remember.
Hey, I played that. I played it on my way to work this morning too. I was jamming.
Yo, shout out to Philip Michael Thomas, who was a professor at Hampton University for years, teaching in the drama department. And shout out to Don Johnson, Phil Collins, and the rest of the 80s Miami Vice crew, because that show was the shit. No shout out to Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx for that whack ass remake.
And shout out to Ross for having.
Oh man, I watched the first hour of it.
I gotta shout Ross out because when I seen these pants from all across. When I walked in, I said, "Oh, what is that?" Walked right over there and put them in the basket. Didn't even look at the size.
I could tell because they look a little big. I was like, he got some 44s on.
Nah, they actually kind of snug.
I'm only presentable from the waist up. I got my damn Norfolk State lucky boxer shorts on underneath. So we won't be showing none of this, below above the waist. But what's cracking short, man? We were just talking about the Bucks and doing it the right way and what type of moves we want to see next year in the NBA. But
I'm gonna tell you my conspiracy theorists having asked. Look, the Suns were supposed to win that shit, and because the NBA wanted to give because LeBron is on his way out, so they gotta have a new NBA figure. So they gave it to this tall, lanky motherfucker. And plus, nobody in the league really likes Chris Paul. He's a player association president, but he does not get along with a lot of players. A lot of players don't have nothing good to say about Chris Paul. Hell of a basketball player, hell of a leader, but he's personally not liked by many of the players.
Yeah, and I've heard that. I heard he's very hard on the players, very Kobe-like. Not as talented, obviously, but very Kobe-like with demanding things from certain players, and it's rough. If you're an all-star too, you're like, bruh, I'm an all-star as well. You're the one that's always hurt when the game comes down to the line. I can definitely see it. Vice alert. We normally do a Vice alert. Normally, John's smoking. Drew might have a beer, and BJ usually is clean, so be. But I think John got another Vice. Show the folks what you eating, John.
Subway.
Fake ass Subway. We're gonna see John turn to a mutant by the end of the episode from eating that fake ass tuna fish or whatever it is.
Oh no, I ain't eating no tuna. No, that's spicy Italian.
Spicy Italian. That meat ain't nowhere near Italy. That meat is raccoon back, kangaroo ass, and slices of possum pussy. That's what he eating right now. I've never fucked with Subway, even before they had the molester as a spokesperson. I always thought they was whack as hell. It was like hospital food. I hate Subway.
I just got hungry. I was hungry too. I got hungry. I was like, man, I don't feel like it. What's the closest thing here?
Hey,
the only thing I get from them is a meatball club.
Hey, so sometime in about the 2 weeks, I'm gonna be on the podcast with y'all, but I'm gonna be live in Vegas doing this shit with y'all.
Hey, let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. We'll have a whole Vegas episode. If I get some time off, I might be there myself because
Hey, you need to. Hey, and you need. I need you to get in contact with Ryan because I'm gonna be there for almost 2 weeks. So I'm gonna see my guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll send you his info offline. That's what I'm probably gonna visit him because his dad passed away not too long ago. So I haven't seen him since then. So I definitely want to.
Hey, but speaking of stuff, right? Speaking of dads, so I'm sitting at the house. I say Saturday up in the morning time. I'm watching TV. I watch a new He-Man. Gonna get into that too, man. I got some shit for y'all. But
okay, we can talk about that for sure.
So Sean, your dad popped in my head, right? So and I just started laughing to myself early in the motherfucking night. So he used to have the yellow Volvo, the old school Volvo, right?
Tank.
Yeah. So look, I remember when I was living in California, but I was coming back to Virginia for that week, right? Now, I get off the Greyhound because my pops got me on Greyhound. And I get off the Greyhound bus. I know how to get around to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I can cross town. So I get off the bus and I